is want to do some stuff with 4 more bounties. I need to get 2 more ranks in Nightwave by the time that Atlas is done building. I'm not super worried about Banshee because I'm not going to claim Banshee right away. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Either that or I could do the Jordas Precept. So I'm going to wait to see when people join, and then I'll figure it out from there. So media down, there we go. Cool. I'm gonna move that a little bit and move my microphone over to okay, so there's 1 person joined, and that's me. So we're just waiting for a 2nd person. So I do have some mods I want to put on. First thing I want to, the first thing I want to advance is Prime Target Cracker, and I want to put it. The only issue is now that I'm switching all of my mods to Prime mods, I don't have to form all of my stuff at least once. I want to form at least my Piranha, I want to form my Ballistica, and then I want to form my Hadouken one more time. I want to form my Hadouken more than once, but I need to form them all 3 at least once. Probably starting with my Piranha Prime, because my Prime Target Cracker is the first thing I want to do. I looked, let me see, what else? Shocking Touch. Why do I not have... Why is that a thing I don't have? Okay, my status isn't even that good. Why am I using... I haven't messed with my Paracesis build, apparently, because that is not what it should be. Temple Royale. I'm using the Paracesis because I haven't used it in a while, and I actually do quite like the weapon. I should be using Pressure Point, but I picked up Prime Pressure Point, so I'm actually, that'll be the first thing that I'm on. Oh, that's because I have Sacrificial Pressure. Yeah, okay. I should keep that then. What I'm gonna do instead is put on... I have Cold right now and Corrosive. I'll slap on... How do I have Cold and Corrosive? North Wind... How long do I have Corrosive on this? Shocking Touch? Oh, Prime Fever Strike. That's why, that's why. There we go. Well, I would rather Corrosive. I could do Corrosive and Blast, although I don't really want to, so let's rework this. Voltic. I finally picked up Voltic Strike, actually, so that's really good. I'm actually super happy about that. I implore you to pick up Voltic Strike yourself. So we can do one of these. Because borrow is the only way you can get the Voltic mods now. Voltic Strike, High Voltage, and then the pistol one that I have. I haven't gotten the pistol one yet, I don't think. And I could do Focus Energy. Let's get my damage really high up. Except, what I can do is Weeping Wounds. I don't want to use Weeping Wounds. That was kind of stupid of me. I go Blood Rush, and then I'll use Body Count, Gladiator Rush, Gladiator Rush. Probably because I could stack with Blood Rush. Body Count gives me 17 seconds as opposed to 11 seconds. Yeah, let's go Body Count. Body Count Blood Rush is always a good combo. So I think I like that. I think I like that. Except, do I not have critical damage on this? Shattering Impact, Rending Strike. What is it? True Steel. Critical Chance. No. What's critical damage? What's the critical damage melee mod? Why do I not know this? Organ Shatter, that's it. Organ Shatter. Yeah, probably Organ Shatter. We'll do Outglam Organ Shatter because we have the space. Plus, the heavy attack wind-up speed is really nice. Yeah, so my wind-ups are significantly lower. Cool. Except that Blood Rush, I don't really know if I would use that Blood Rush. I don't really use my melees enough to warrant that combo chance boost. I could slap on Fury instead. And that is a predicament. Or Volcanic Edge. Heat damage, I really like heat damage. Let's do that then. Yeah, let's go with that. Heat and Corrosive. I'm surprised I'd actually stick with the Corrosive. Normally... Oh, that's... Okay. That's why, because I have Original Scorch right there. This is actually a very basic build. But the Paracesis is not a very advanced weapon. Like, it is what it is. But I just like the look of it, really. I do have a skin for it, but I don't really like the skin that much. I mostly have that skin for the war. So, we're going to be using gauze. Mainly because I formed my gauze and I've been wanting to use them more. To begin with. And I have to do some stuff here. I have to get some dip bonds and stuff. I mainly am just doing the bounties because I need to do 5 bounties for Nightwave. I've currently done 1. And as I said, I need to get 2 more ranks of Nightwave before Atlas is finished building. Ooh. There we go. My internet has been kind of wonky the past day or so. I'm not quite sure why, actually. So... Utico.
Outworlder, we gonna do this?
Yep. Rank up. No, I need bounties. Bounties. And I already did this one. No, they reset. Cool. So I can. So I probably should do the ones that could. I want to do the one that can give me medical debt bonds first. Tech Assault. Garuda Systems. Yeah, let's just do them from bottom to top. Okay, you're in. Cool beans. We're doing some Fortuna bounties.
We're gonna locate their operation and take that ore for ourselves.
I'm only gonna do a few of them though. What I'm gonna do after, I'm not quite sure. I'm just kind of doing things right now. I'm still waiting on my Atlas Prime to be done. I might just do some stuff. I don't really know. I was doing Conclave stuff, however, as you have not watched my Conclave stream yesterday that I did, I'm going to save that for later. I also I have to do a lot of that stuff off camera because Conclave takes forever to progress in. But I just thought it would be fun to get my gauze back out. Finally got Despair. Yeah, too bad Despair sucks. Like it's really just not good. Because I built the Despair, I got it to rank 30. It's just not good. I got rid of it. I can't even get the yeah, it is mid-strength fodder, but just because it's not good. Just because it's mastering fodder doesn't excuse it being garbage. And that is what I'm saying. I'm not saying every weapon has to be god tier. The Despair is the Despair is supposed to be an early game weapon, however they make it really hard to obtain. So I had to fiddle around with my gauze build quite a bit. I found a few things out about gauze I didn't realize. Mainly that duration seems to affect the strength of Redline, and I'm not sure why. It affects not only the duration of Redline, but also the strength of it. Ah, it's not what I wanted to do. God bless it. Well, I just wasted half my energy. That's not what I wanted to do either. Why can't I use... Oh, it's because I'm not in my frame. I was gonna run there like a cool gauze, but you know, this is what we're doing instead. Well, Michael is also a gauze main, so like... What is that guy using? Is he using the Haiku Prime? Catch Moon. Someone's using... Yeah, he is still using the Haiku Prime. I called it. I could tell by that sound. My gauze also isn't even rank 30 yet. So yeah, if you do get gauze eventually, duration does affect Redline's strength. I'm not really sure why. But I mainly am using gauze now. Number one, because he works really well with the Stahalta. But also, he's really fun. And... he's actually super tanky. My gauze at max battery, which I'm currently at right now, I am invincible. If someone shot me right now, I would take no damage. Also, because the Assault is a fantastic weapon, and nobody can tell me otherwise. My gauze is rank 28. You can see up in the corner. The Stahalta is the Kuva Brahma of assault rifles. Not now, Nora. But I'm kind of annoyed because I'm annoyed that he's not maxed. Specifically because my Redline see, DE thought this out. They made Redline and Kinetic Plating have the same duration, so you could cast them at the same time. However, because I'm not max rank, my kinetic plating has a longer duration than my red line does, which is really annoying. So that's why I'm kind of annoying. But I know people bring rank 1 frames into hard mode missions. I saw someone bringing a rank 1 frame. Actually, it was a rank 0 Equinox someone brought into an Axie Fissure, and I'm like, what are you doing? Why? See, some people will use their Archwing, however, I am a Chad, and I will use my Gauze because my Gauze can run for miles. Also, it's just more fun.
They're tough, but no glass is unbreakable.
Like, using the Archwing it's at most efficient, but it's not very fun. Gauze is fun to use.
Prevent this.
This excavator one always takes forever to do.
It needs a power cell.
We're in stage 3 of 3 and someone else joined the squad. What in the world, DE? That's some BS squad making right there. But the Piranha Prime, Michaels is convinced that kick guns are the best way to go. And I will say, I do love myself the kick gun. However, the Piranha Prime is probably one of the best non-kick gun secondaries. The only issue I have with it is that it recoils like a motherfucker. Like, it feels like you're on the San Andreas fault line on a bad afternoon when you're using this thing. But I do like the kick of it. It is fun to use. Also because it's a shotgun. I like shotguns. However, I don't like sacrificing my primary slot for a shotgun. However, so almost all of Gauz's abilities, his thermal sunder to a slightly degree, but mostly his kinetic plating, and a few of his other attributes like his shield recharge rate, they're proportional to his battery power, what level his battery is at. However, I don't really know what the percentage is.
Loris United. I need more data, please. We're done.
So I want to see, like, if someone has done the math to see what the proportion is. Because my kinetic plating starts off at like 40% damage reduction, but it goes up to 100%. So I don't know, like, what the... Because 40% I'm assuming is like no battery whatsoever. Like, completely just dry battery. And then 100%, I want to know how fast it reaches 100%, or if that is at 100% battery level. But Gauz's super tank, super fun. Like him quite a bit. Oh, this is rank 29. And I'm also using Gauz because we're in the Orvalis, and Gauz is kind of built for the Orvalis. He's built for the open worlds. So I don't know if you check the Lavurian stuff very much, but I like checking the Lavurian stuff. When a new one comes out, I always make sure to look at it. And so I was looking at Grendel's, and I really like them because if there was ever to be a sequel or to Warframe, or like an offshoot of Warframe, what I would want it to be is those Lavurian stories, because those Lavurian stories are actually really cool. And I would find that playing those Lavurian stories as the Warframes, like if you're playing the Grendel story, you would be playing as Grendel. in playing the Gauze one as Gauze, and so you can really experience what these first frames had. I think that would be cool as hell. Anyways, Grendel and Gauze, when the first Grendel and the first Gauze, they were allies, and apparently wherever you could find Gauze, there was also Grendel, so Grendel and Gauze are canonically, like, close allies, which I think is interesting. Too bad that Gauze is, like, actually fun and Grendel's not. Grendel can be fun, I just don't really like him that much. Okay, the second one.
And remember, you never heard of me, you never heard of Solaris either. Word from Viz is that some off-world Solaris rail agents are trying to rob an Origin ruin. They have no idea what they're up against.
So,
Find them before the Corpus do.
The main thing about Grendel, normally, or not Grendel, Gauze, normally I don't like frames that you don't use their full kit. That's why I really like Protea. That's really why I like, Valbon. Because Valbon and Protea, all of their abilities have uses. I mean, except for, like, Valbon's third is useful, but it's very situational. But all of Valbon's other abilities, maybe barring his vector pad from his secondary, like, that's kind of useless, but... Did it not activate the thing? Oh, current... Oh, okay. There we go. Bye. Lord, and that's why I love this to Halta.
Let's try this first. Smokefinger is pointing me to a rich resource deposit. Corpus team is closing in.
So,
This is an opportunity.
Gauze, you don't use. I only use his second and his fourth ability, and obviously his first ability. But his first ability is also very situational. I don't use Thermal Sunder. Michael actually uses Thermal Sunder, and I don't know why. Because Thermal Sunder isn't that useful. I don't think Michael uses it all that often. Michael really only uses Gauze's fourth ability. He pretty much only uses kinetic plating. Even though if you're not using redlining, with kinetic plating, you're missing out on kinetic plating's true potential. That's besides the point. The point is, Gauze has such a huge benefit from just those two abilities that it warrants only using those two abilities. Like you get so many benefits from kinetic plating and redlining. These don't need to use his other stuff. You get attack boosts, you get attack speed boosts, reload speed boosts, fire rate speed boosts, damage bonuses, resistances, all from using just those two abilities. You can't stagger yourself. Normally that would stagger me if I was standing right there. I would normally be thrown back like 20 feet. So you just have such, those two abilities are so powerful in and of themselves. Because Gauze is actually, he's supposed to be a melee-based frame. You get bonuses using melees while you're redlining. You get damage resistances and bonus damage to melees while redlining. But also, redlining is such a cool look. I really like how all of Gauze's flaps open up and everything. Could you stop doing that? However, my efficiency with Gauze is kind of, it's not super low, but it's not how I would like it to be, so my abilities cost quite a bit. I had a build where my abilities actually cost like half of what they normally did. However, I simply didn't like the lower duration. I found it impractical. It is more practical, in my opinion. Why is somebody dropping any power cells? Please, power cells. I have some. This is why I said I don't like the excavation ones, because it's not because it's too hard, it's because it takes forever. But it was extremely inefficient for me to have such a low duration, because the thing with Gauze is you need to keep yourself at 100% battery level, preferably as fast or as long as you can, and having to constantly restart my redlining decreases your battery level, and so even though it costs less, it was less efficient in the long run, at least for my play style. Someone dropped something. I'm literally just sitting here. Now that I have teammates, I have more to protect. Lord have mercy. Anyways, if I had the Forma to expend, I would actually Forma my Wisp. But there's someone. However, the fact of the matter is, I simply do not. Why didn't I put... As much as I really don't want to, I need to throw another form of my Staholta. I would prefer if I could simply leave my Staholta as it is, but to get it where I really want it to be, and it's not like even the Staholta needs it. The Staholta is a fine weapon how it is. But to get it how I need it would require another Forma. I did have adaptation on my Gauze, and if you don't have adaptation, I highly suggest you try to get it. Michael was complaining about that it's hard to get, but I've gotten 2 of them from arbitrations. Oh, that one's full. That's why. But it has a 2% chance to drop from arbitrations on, I think, like the B and C rotation, or like the A and B rotation. I personally I think the mod is very useful. I gotten 2 of them. I gave one to Tyler, actually. So it is relatively hard to get, I will admit, but it is definitely worth it. It's extremely versatile. And actually, I think it would be pretty decent on some of your... It's decent on all frames. It makes all frames really tanky. Because what it does is, when you take damage from a damage type... Oh lord, we have a Volt. When you take damage from a damage type, you gain resistance to that damage type, up to 90% resistance. So I have it on my Baruch, and when I pair that mod with Baruch's Desolate Hands, it makes Baruch virtually unkillable. Like unless someone does such sheer amounts of damage to him, that he dies instantaneously. But he becomes really tanky and takes, if prolonged damage, he takes like 1 damage from no matter what he's hurting, because he gets 180% damage resistance, which, unlike Gauze, doesn't make him invincible. However, it does make him very tanky, because Gauze's Kinetic Plating makes him invincible. However, adaptation does not. So I had adaptation on Gauze. However, I didn't see the need to use it because of Kinetic Plating. And I was thinking the reason I put it on there temporarily is because I thought that it would be useful to have while I was getting on my Kinetic Plating active. However, in my experience playing, I got very few adaptation benefits because nobody ever hits Gauze to begin with. The point of Gauze is that you're so fast that you just don't get shot.
That's a full haul, and we didn't lose a single extractor. A perfect run. Now let's get back on the mission.
So that's my 2 cents on Gauze. Good thing this is right next to us. So we got a Haro, a Wukong Prime, and a Volt Prime, looks like. Yep. That guy's using the new Haro, he's using the new Haro Tenogen skin. Which I'm not gonna lie, I think this skin looks cool, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
If I'm going to Ricketts Dataless, we need that coil driver in one piece. for the truck.
So, yeah. Wisp is useful. I just need to get a better Wisp build. I'm not a huge fan of using the Emperor mods on her. Like, it makes sense, but also I could probably get a better use out of other things. My Wisp is built mainly for medium duration, but max strength. My range, and I could have a much higher duration if I didn't care about my range. However, I actually do like using Breach Surge. And, Breach Surge needs to have at least a not garbage range to, like, function. If you're building only for the modes, you can have, like, no range. You can put narrow-minded on there and you'll be fine. I don't even know if you have the narrow-minded mod. If you don't, you should get it, because narrow-minded is really useful on a lot of frames, too. Any of the corrupted mods are good on at least one frame. I wasn't saying you're building just for the modes. I don't believe that word came out of my mouth. Those words. A series of words. I miss. There we go. Yeah, so now you see why I really love this Halta, because it just drops things with Gauze. Like, it drops things with every frame, but with Gauze having the increased attack speed and the increased reload speed, you simply just swat things out of the sky, quite literally. I think I need to form my Salta one more time, though. I'm not quite sure. However, you formed your Wisp 3 times, which actually isn't that much. Like, I could feasibly do that relatively easily. The thing is, I simply do not want to. There is my reasoning. I just don't want to. What I might do, if I do end up doing it, what I might do is I'll save up some Forma, get a Wisp build in mind of what I want to do, and I'll get a booster from Borrow next time he comes around. I'll spy a booster from Borrow next time. Well, pardon me for saying that you're only building for the modes. I don't know what your Wisp build is, but you said you're messing with the duration, and the duration, I'm assuming, was specifically for the modes, because the only other ability that has duration... Well, I think Will-O-Wisp has duration, but not really. But Breach Surge has duration. And you think at this point, all the people from Solaris U would be dead. Because there's just, everyone's dying. What is going on? Okay. We are underneath the elevator? You know what? I'm okay with this. Okay. Good. Can I type unstuck? Alright, can I... Hold on. Why is my... There we go. Is, slash... unstuck. Is slash unstuck a thing? I'm pretty sure it's a thing. Is that a thing? Can I unstuck? Is that a thing I can do? I've been unstuck. Yes, it is. Sweet. Why the hell did it teleport me like hundreds of meters that way to the... Okay. No. Actually, I got the new shoulder guard from the Granum Void, the one that's a Corpus helmet with the Redeemer through it. I think it's quite cool, actually. I don't know, I with my Wisp, I only really use my Wisp for mobile defenses and sometimes defenses. Although I just prefer other frames. Like most of the stuff that Wisp can do, one of my frames can do can do not as good, but can do at least do other stuff. Wisp is a jack of all trades frame. I am more of a specialist player. Like I like to have my frames do specific things. I mean, Protea is an exception because Protea is a specialist at being a jack of all trades, so she's kind of weird. I mean, you can say that Wisp is a specialist at being a support, but she's not. Like, her modes are supportive. That's her only support ability. Every other one of her abilities is offensive. Or, well, her Will-O-Wisp isn't super offensive, but it's certainly a support ability. I don't know why this person's putting down waypoints when we have waypoints to what our objective is anyways. I experience people who do that quite often, and they all annoy the hell out of me. Like, I don't really get it very much. And we're all like high mastering, so it's not like we're all stupid either. We've all probably run this mission dozens of times. Only completed. Did I get thing? Did I? Let me see. I can't tell if I did that one again or not. I'm going back to the Fortuna anyways, which is this way. Why is my energy being drained? Okay. Thank you, game. Did I must not have magnetic or nullifier, arcane nullifier on my gauze, even though I should, because I have that on everybody except for like Hildurin. I don't have it on Hildurin because Hildurin doesn't need it, because Hildurin's immune to magnetic procs. I don't have it on gauze either, or not gauze, Inaros or Nidus, because they don't need it either. They don't have shields. And neither of them really need to worry about their energy either. This is a cool looking Volt though. I like the I think that's the Volt Grax skin mixed with some of the Volt other stuff. This Haro is just a basic Haro using the Tenko Prime for some reason. Not blaming them. Tenko Prime pretty decent. I would like to get them. Also using Helios Prime. I would like to see a Haro Prime. However, I don't think they're gonna release Haro Primes soon. But considering they've just released, just released, so we still got 3 more days. They're going to release Inaros Prime. And they have released Titania Prime. Like, and I'm not saying Titania Prime, I'm not saying Titania is a new frame. She came out probably a year-ish after I started playing. So she's not really new. But I don't think they're going to release Haro Prime. I think what they're going to do is a Neza Prime. And I actually would be curious to see a Neza Prime, because I do want to get Neza. And I think Neza is the next in order to get primed, because there is actually like an order that they go in. So we have Inaros, so it's male 1 is Inaros, so we have male 2. So another male frame is being primed, and we actually have more frames that are primed than not primed at this point. It's very hard to find. If you look on the wiki frames that are primed have a yellow name tag, and frames that haven't been primed have a white name tag. And so we're in the point where a majority of frames have been primed. So I think that probably the next few primes might be Haro Prime, which will be very interesting to see. Because Neza doesn't have a prime. I'm trying to think of other male frames that have a prime. Let me look. Equipment. Arsenal. That's all I wanted. So Ash. So all of these have primes. Garuda and Gara don't. They won't be for a while because they're newer. Plus they're females. Korra doesn't. Neza doesn't. And that's pretty much it. Titania does. Yeah, so we got Neza, Gara, Garuda, Korra, Haro, and obviously Grendel and Gauze. Well, there is Nidus. I forgot about Nidus. Nidus Prime would be really interesting if they released both Anaros and Nidus Prime, who are both both tank frames. I hope they don't do that though. That'd be kind of annoying. I would rather have Nidus Prime though, because I formed my Anaros a ton. I don't really need to get an Anaros Prime. There's no point getting an Anaros Prime because Anaros Prime is just he's just not dying more. Because you can't die with Anaros, so Anaros Prime is just not dying, but more not dying. Like, it's really not much use for him. Though I will say he looks sick as hell, so, you know, there's that. I'm gonna switch over to playing Protea. Where is she at? Protea. There she is. Protea's fun. I like her a lot. She's actually really good. It's my doggo. I'm gonna put a stabilizer on him. I don't use my dog that much. Although I need to slap on... Okay, I have Helios on this one. I need to put Helios on my speed build. So I noticed that I wasn't using that. I need Helios specifically for the Super Primes mods I have on there. But I'm getting there with Red Veil. There's simply not much stuff I need from the Steel Meridian anymore. However, I'm just sticking with the Steel Meridian because I don't want to piss off the Arbiters when I'm trying to get standing with the Red Veil. I do actually need to buy one of these though. I will buy one of these. I don't have one yet. I have one for Suda, and I have one for Arbiters, so I'll buy one for Steel Meridian. Come in, Orbiter. Decorate. I need to put these drawings back down. I also, yeah, I need to put those drawings back down. I just don't know where to put them yet. Because where I had put them, I have something else now. So I have my Suda statue right there, so I'm going to put this. I'll put this behind the wolf. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of running out of space on my shelves. I do have this bottom shelf I can use. There's something on this. I'll put it on my bottom shelf. Let's just put it right there for the time being. Because where I had where I had those pictures was with this wall right here, but I'm putting all my new Corpus stuff on this wall. Obviously the Parvos Granum hand, the 3 different types of Granum crown, and these plaques that you get from the ships. I have 4 out of the 11 of them. Once I get all 11, I'm probably gonna have to move them because there's certainly not enough space for all 11 there. When I get all 11, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna line this inner wall with those plaques, simply because I just don't have enough space to put them all right there. But of course, DE made it so it's not even. It's not an even number. It's not 10. It's not 12. It's 11. So you have to have 5 on one side, 6 on the other. So I'm probably gonna have to do something with that because I love my symmetry. If there's one thing that I really enjoy, it's symmetry. So that's an issue. Let me check my Hadouken and see if I can do anything with this. I can. Pistol Gambit. Why? Okay, I don't have Target Cracker on this anyways. Why is that? Because I have Sharpened Bullets on instead. Okay. Yeah, this definitely needs a... This needs like 2 more form. Michael's formed his 5 times, which I might have to. I mean, it would make a... this secondary is already fantastic. It's a superb secondary. So I wouldn't be opposed to forming it that many times. So I have formed my Paracesis that much. I don't really know what I want to do though. Like I said, I'm pretty much waiting on my Atlas to be done, because once I get my Atlas, well, you know what? I actually do have something to do. You have done the Jordis Precept. I'm pretty sure you have, at least. I have not done the Jordis Precept. And I don't really know why I never done it. I just was never interested in getting Atlas up until recently, where I just got my Atlas Prime instead. However, I still have the quest, so it's one of the few quests in the game that I haven't done. I think there's maybe like only one other quest that I haven't done. Let me check. New War, Jordis Precept. Yeah, I've completed every other quest in the game outside of the Jordis Precept, and obviously the New War, but that doesn't count. So we're doing the Jordis Precept. I'm already ready to start continuing. So let's do that. I'm gonna use Protea, just because I have her, and she's very useful, especially by herself. So you must have paralytic pods. Okay, I know I have some built. I just forgot to equip them. Here, I'll switch out these Prenal Sims for P. Paralytic pods, where are they at? There they are. You didn't really miss a whole lot. I was just talking about my gauze and all that jazz. I stated that I'm going to be doing the Jordis Precept because you've already played through the Jordis Precept. It is the only mission in the game I have not completed yet, outside of the New War, but that does not count. So, I'm going to be doing the Jordis Precept. And you're going to watch me, because I know you just were complaining about spoilers because of the Mask of the Revenant. However, you have done this one, so, you know. I would feel bad because I'm making you watch something that you've already done. However, you cannot complain about spoilers. So we're going. We're doing it. I'm curious to see if they actually show any of Atlas's actual backstory that they show in the Lavurian, because Atlas's backstory is really cool. His backstory from the Lavurian, the first Atlas. So I'm curious if they play any of that, any of that story into this quest. I don't know, you haven't really went to the Lavurians that much. You've only gone to donate when Nightwave told you to.
Use this mission to calibrate your full bank odds. Just don't use them all.
Okay. Get some energy up. This is actually a relatively low level quest, so I'm gonna be able to breeze through it. They require you to unlock areas to get to this quest. However,
That was a juggernaut.
in order to
It should go away or to dry out.
in order to get to areas, you need to be like, you have to go through missions that are higher level than this quest.
Now would be a good time to check with those pods, Operator.
Yep.
Dangerous, but beautiful. I can almost taste them. But the golem needs something more potent. And sent you a blueprint. Irradiating the pods will make something
go.
worth bringing here.
Oh, so it's an exterminate mission now. Cool beans.
Isn't it, Operator?
Hi, Juggernaut. I'm going one-on-one with the Juggernaut, apparently.
That did it. Here comes the juggernaut.
There we go. Easy peasy. I was testing on a weapon. I forget what weapon it was. Or no, I was testing on Protea when I first got Protea a while back. And I was like, you know, what would be an adequate thing to test Protea out on? Okay, I apologize. I didn't know that you've read through them all. Even though you don't need to read through them all because you have all of them spoken to you. I was just assuming that you hadn't, and also was just making a joke. But do you remember Atlas's Lavurian? In Atlas's Lavurian, they tell his story, like they do all of them. And I haven't really... I don't remember the beginning of this quest, because I started this quest actually years ago. But I don't remember if there's anything that has to do with Atlas's actual story in this quest, because I know this is how you get Atlas. I don't really think so, because none of the actual quest frames outside of in Naros, in Haro, in like Umbra, but most of the frames that you get their blueprints from a mission, or at least some of them. I suppose majority of the quest frames actually are based around them, like the Mirage, Limbo, Inaros, and Haro. Although in Haro and Umbra are story frames. They're story based, so. But the new Strange and the what's the quest with? Ah, shoot, can't think of it. The quest with Mutilus Nalavi. The narrator doesn't read it slow. the narrator reads it with emphasis. Like the narrator reads it like a narrator reads. I actually really like how the narrator reads. I think the narrator is a fantastic voice actor. I really like the narrator, actually. The narrator is the only reason I actually really... He's one of the only reasons I really like the Lavurians. The other reason is that the, because his voice is one of the main reasons why I like the Lavurians so much. The other is... Why? Game. There we go. I was about to be a little upsetty spaghetti if the game decided to remove all of my objects from my orbiter without me without me telling it to. But it's fine. I have an inbox message. Potent periodic pods. What thing you do have? I have the Nightwave pattern. It is the only pattern I own. I really like it quite a bit, actually. Same one that Michael uses. Michael also uses the Nightwave one. So, I think this will probably take an hour to build, so I suppose we're not doing any more than Jorda's Precept. Now, this took 8 hours to build. We're not doing any more than Jorda's Precept today. I need 3 Archon Crystals. God bless it. Okay. Guess he was doing more Jorda's Precept today to get Argon Crystals. I'm not... okay. It's the Nightwave Stencil. Back in, like, Nightwave Intermission 1, there was a Nightwave Stencil. I'm pretty sure it's Intermission 1. I can't... I don't really know how you go back and check the rewards of the... I don't think you can check the old rewards. You tune in... Can you check the other ones? No. But I think it was Nightwave... like, Nightwave, Intermission 1. Or maybe it was just the Wolf Center 6. I don't think it was the Wolf Center 6. It was either Nightwave Intermission 1 or 2. I'm pretty sure it was 1, though. There was a Nightwave stencil that you could get. It was like one of the first things you could get from it, I think. Because I don't think I was too far in Intermission 1. No, actually, it wasn't Intermission 1, because I didn't have anything in Intermission 1. Where did I get this, then? I know it was a Nightwave reward, but where was it at? Yeah, obviously it wasn't this one, because we would have had it, too. Maybe it was Arlo? Or Intermission 2? Well, I can't quite know. You have confused me. I have confused myself. Well, I got it from Nightwave, and this is what it looks like. I thought... Yeah, the stencil. This stencil is Nightwave. You can see the Nightwave symbol right there. That's the Nightwave logo. Nightwave logo is also right there. And then they right there. And right there. Like, all this is Nightwave stuff. And I quite like it. I only own that stencil. Yeah, it's called the Nora stencil. Nora stencil. It's the only one I own currently. Well, I wouldn't mind getting a new one. This one kind of looks cool. I wasn't getting mean about it. I was simply explaining. I never thought I was getting mean about it. The Kuva Queen one is actually really cool too. Each syndicate has a stencil also. The only one I kind of like the Suda stencil. It looks interesting. And all their stencils are is just their logo everywhere. Well, actually, no, that's not their logo everywhere. But that actually looks kind of cool. Like, I don't mind that one. However, it's really expensive. The Steel Meridian one I don't like. It's pretty ugly. Mainly because I'm not a huge fan of the Steel Meridian logo. Nor do I like Grineer stuff that much. Yeah, I actually like the Suda one. It does look cool. I haven't seen the Red Veil. What's the Red Veils? Ooh, that looks kind of cool. I like that. I saw someone who's trading Red Veil Archwing parts for Steel Meridian or Arbiter's Vexus Archwing parts, and I'm over here. Both of them really like me, so I can just get whatever the hell I want. Because there are parts, I think this weapon right here, and I think the Wrathbone, you need parts from the Red Veil and these Arbiter's Vexus, which are opposing factions. Anyways, I got a new Conclave loadout. That's what I wanted. Conclave. They got a new Conclave loadout. I don't understand why they give you the option to go into your vehicles when you can't use vehicles in Conclave. I want to switch on my Orthos Prime though. I'm not allowed to use my Hadouken, which I'm pretty annoyed about. I can't ever use the Esqueleto Prime. I'm gonna switch over to my Soma Prime. This looks pretty good. I don't really know if you've done much Conclave. I haven't. I just started doing it yesterday. I do want to practice Lunaro though. Excuse me. However, you can clan it. Oh, you can turn it on clan only and alliance only, so you can fight against your buddies and pals. I want to try practicing. The PvP is interesting. I can't say that I'm a huge fan of it right now, but I will say that I think I will like it more. It has its nuances. I'll give it that. Okay.
On this abandoned field, Tenno will come together in the spirit of honor and teamwork to resurrect this forgotten tradition.
I think Lunaro is the least played out of the
Lunaro is a team game,
PvP stuff.
divided into two halves, sun and moon. The objective is simple: get the ball called a Lunaro through the opponent's goal at the opposite end of the arena. The team with the most points by the end of the match wins the game.
Okay. I'm on. What team am I on? So remember, you can't hold the ball for too long. I remember that you can't. Yeah, you can't bullet jump with the ball. You can double jump with the ball. If you hold the ball for too long, you blow up. Wow, the ball is really heavy. Okay. Here are the zones. So you have to go back to your zone. This is really weird. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Okay, interesting. So exploring's pretty easy to know. Clearing the zone.
Has a semicircle area on the field around it, called the zone. After scoring, the attacking team must clear the defender's zone. Attackers within the zone will have their arcadas disabled until they clear out.
Okay.
Zones with the Lunaro dropping from the defender's zone. Only the beginning and halftime Lunaro drops occur at center field.
Okay. So this is essentially soccer, but with it's cricket soccer, kind of. Checking.
If you melee attack to check other players, checking the ball carrier will jar the Lunaro loose. Repeated checking of a player will knock them down for a short time.
You just come up and smack somebody.
Can also be struck by being dangerous and unstable for a few seconds. Being hit by an unstable Lunaro will knock you down.
So you can go around smacking people. It's good to know. Scoring. Let's check the article.
Possession of the Lunaro, you simply touch it. It will pull into your arm-mounted launcher, called your arcada.
Arcada.
Launch the Lunaro by tapping the fire button. Holding the fire button for the duration of the throw will
Huh.
Regarding your team's goal remains.
So, okay, this is weird. Why play Rocket League when you can play Lunaru? Why play League of Legends when you can play Lunaru? Why play any game that has League in the name? Oh, this is... okay. Scoring, passing, check passing.
Good passing is crucial to winning Lunar. When aiming near a team, you will see a chevron appear over them. Tapping pass with your chevron up will automatically pass to that player. Keep in mind, it is possible to intercept a pass, but a passed Lunar moves faster and more accurately to a receiver than a standard launch.
Okay. So sliding curves the ball. Seems to always curve the ball that way.
Getting the Lunaro through the opponent's goal is worth 1 point. If the goal is scored from outside the defender's zone, an additional point is given.
Okay, so long shots, just like in soccer.
An extra point is also awarded. Now,
Well, some versions of soccer at least.
familiarize yourself with the Argos launching and attracting runs. Practice scoring, rebounding, and checking. Prepare yourself then for the glory, the Lunaro.
You know, this game is has a lot of like power shifts. There's always instances of people invading other people. You know, you got Space Mom and invading species from other, you know, planes. And you got all this complex sci-fi nonsense. But you also got soccer. It's so dumb. Why does Lunaru exist? Can I curve the ball the other way? No, the sliding only curves it the one way. Wait, so I think you said you throw it farther if you hold it for the whole time. Oh, I think I threw that further. Well, that's Lunaru. I don't like it very much, to be honest. That's so... okay. So Lunaru is a thing that exists. I'm not saying if it's a good thing. I'm not saying if it's a bad thing. However, it is a thing. It is a thing. I will give it that much. So, what can I do now that's, you know, actually remotely interesting? Survival, linear arbitration, that's not really interesting. Mobile defense.
I'm very excited now. Anticipate.
No thanks. Interception axes. I picked up 2 of each of those relics that have the Volt Prime parts. I picked up 2 of each, and I think it was these Axie, the Axie V8s, so a Volt Prime chance to use Volt Prime Neuroptics, and then it also has Ion-Danza Prime stuff, which Ondanza. How is it pronounced? How is it pronounced? It's the only Prime Archwing in the game. Okay, so just Ondanza. Not Ion-Danza, just Ondanza. So it looks sick as hell, I will admit that. However, the Ondanza just isn't that good. Its abilities are fine, I suppose. disarray drops flare beacons, seeking fire, fires a large volley of homing missiles, and then repel warfare emits a massive pulse of energy, stunning nearby enemies, sending them flying. Energy shell. I think energy shell would probably be the most interesting thing. Disarray might be good too. So like if I got it, I wouldn't be complaining. It looks pretty cool. I'm sure it's fun to have. Or I'm sure it also sells for quite a bit. If there's anybody who's in that market. But I'm mainly concerned about this guy right here. Volt Prime. And I just really think it'd be good. Having Volt Prime with a max discharge build sounds super fun. I don't know what gun that is he's using though. I don't know the weapon he's using. Also, is your frame's not supposed to show up? I don't think your frame's supposed to show up in the codec screen, is it? I can never tell what's a glitch and what's not a glitch in this game, which I think just goes to show how fantastic developers are, how fantastic developers DE are. Yeah. Was there anything that you particularly wanted to see? I want to see my Wisp build that's not very impressive. Even though I only use this slot pretty much for Wisp and sometimes for Limbo. It's really not that good. My range. Oh, that's because I have. Never mind, I don't. What do I have on there for that? Ice Spring, never mind. Quick Thinking. Quick Thinking wouldn't be bad, actually. Hey, Near Mind is probably the best thing that I have. Like, that increases that by a lot. But it makes my range absolute dog shite. Well, go charge your phone then. I suppose I'll be done streaming. I hope you enjoyed it. You sounded pretty bored and or annoyed most of the time though, so you know, it is what it is. That is semi-better. I mean, that's still 53 seconds. That's not bad. Not bad at all, Well, yeah. I'll throw Natural Title on there because I got a lot. I'm just going to, end the stream, so I suppose if you want to text, you can. Get your phone all charged up and everything. So, yeah.